14 has arrived. We have 4 weeks left. Last week, if you watched the video, I looked like a bag of crap. And this, ladies and gents, is what happens when you cut too much carbs out of your diet. Obviously, I didn't train at all last week or the week before that. So I reduced my carbs down to pretty much the bare minimum. Now, I was still out and about and I was still working and still doing stuff. This is why you will never have no carb diets. Because as much as the world tells us we can run off no carbs, they play a vital role in the bigger picture. Now, if you ever get to a period where you feel like having no carbs in your diet is something that you can benefit from, then by all means, once you arrive at a place where you understand how your body works, sure. I've been there for several years and I can tell you now, having no carbs in my diet is a no-go. So I was a little bit ropey last week. It was the first week back into training since I had that week of no carbs, and I didn't feel very strong. I didn't feel good. The scale dropped considerably. Well, this week is a completely different thing because I feel absolutely amazing. I've gone back to some heavy compound movements. Some of you will have those in your training plans now. And I tell you what, I weighed in this morning at 100 kilos, so I'm 5.5 kilos down, almost a stone. So I'm minus 13 pounds now, and I feel great. I feel strong. Food's solid, clean. I've not really reduced my meals. I've just reduced what's in them, like we spoke about last week, and I feel incredible. I feel really good. Considering I've lost 5.5 kilos, most people would tend to feel weak and feel like crap, but this is the importance of firstly being able to understand how your body works, secondly being able to focus on building muscle, because it's the muscle on your body that allows you to stay strong, and if you can stay strong you can feel good, and if you feel good you stay motivated. And this week I am super motivated. So we're in week 14, 15, 16, 17. We've got 4 weeks left. And I'm 3 kilos away from my target goal. Now, week on week, I'm starting to see my body change now. So the tweaks that I made last week are starting to work. I'm starting to notice I look a lot leaner in my clothes. More people are starting to notice. A lot of people are saying to me, oh, you got bigger. Oh, you look bigger. And the reason why is because I've built enough muscle mass so that once I remove the fat, you can actually see my true size. And that's really what a cut is about. A cut is about being able to peel back all the fat and see what you're left with. And then once you know what you're left with, then you can start building on top of that. And that's what those phases are for. So fat loss, maintenance, and then building muscle. That's the whole point of a cut. The whole point of me going on a cut is to see how much muscle I have left after taking the 3 years off. So far, obviously, because I've been doing it for so long, my body's been able to metabolize and maintain the muscle that I have. So it's good. So I'm starting to create more momentum. And that in itself acts as motivation. So when you can stay disciplined, when you can stay focused on the process and just allow it to do what it needs to do, when you start seeing those changes, it creates another surge of motivation. And that's where I'm at now. So I've got 4 weeks to go. I'm not hungry. I'm not tired. You've not seen me on a treadmill once. I'm doing all of my cardio outside. That hasn't changed. I'm still doing 4 times a week, 2 for an hour and a half, 2 for an hour out in the nice weather after work when Hannah comes home. No drama. I see a lot of people becoming so obsessed, hammering the step mill and hammering the treadmill. And a lot of you will have those in your plans because you don't have the facility to be able to go out and walk. But the most important thing to understand is that it's being able to get your body to a place where you can go out and go for a walk and you can eat lots of food and you don't have to worry about going out for dinner and still look great, feel great and be strong. So this week has been a good start, solid start. I'm really happy with training, really happy with nutrition, sleeping well. I'm looking forward to next week because this week there should be another little drop which will take me back into the 99s, but back into the 99s meaningfully. The other week I didn't mean to drop 5 or 6 pounds. I didn't mean for that to happen. That's why I was so pissed off. So it's good that my weight's rebounded back this week, back up to 100. So hopefully this week we can get it back down under that 100 mark. And then we've only got 2 kilos to go with 3 weeks left. So, and everything's running smoothly and I feel great. So, yeah, this process is designed for me to show you how it should be when you are able to get to a place where you have control over your body. Once you understand how your body works and what makes your body tick. Because once you understand that, you don't have to do anything different. You just repeat the same thing that you do. that works every time, and it works every time. Rather than chasing fad diets and going around in circles and stop, start, you just have to grind through the pain and grind through the years of work before you realise and understand what works for your body. And then once you do, you just do that. And that's where I'm trying to get all of you, is just to a place where you understand how your body works. And then once you understand how your body works, then you just do that. And you don't have to think about anything else because you know what works. And that's the stage that I'm obviously at. I know what works for my body, I know what doesn't, and rather than trying to find some new fancy way of doing it, you just stick to what you know. 10 times out of 10, if you really do know how your body works, it will work exactly how you want it to. I did get a little bit worried maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, thinking that maybe I was running out of time, but not that there's any real time restriction. I just gave myself 17 weeks. It might take 27 weeks, but there's no rush for me to be in a certain shape in 17 weeks. It was just more of a comparison of this time last year when I was in Bali. I've already beaten that, so I'm already happy with what I've done. But yeah, so you have to understand that week on week, change isn't the be all and end all, because as you've seen, there's been some up weeks, there's been some down weeks, there's been some weeks where I've been out more, there's been some weeks where I haven't been in the gym. This is all part of life, and this is part of exactly what I'm trying to teach you, that we can all focus on the end result, but we have to factor in life. And if we can learn how to get in shape, stay in shape, feel good, think good, be strong, whilst having a life and whilst navigating life, then it saves the brain and it keeps the mindset in check. And that's what this process is the whole purpose of this process, is documenting it to try and show you that I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not doing anything extreme. I just understand my life and I understand how to control the variables in it that get me in shape. And once you understand that, it makes life so much easier. But anyway, week 13 done, week 14 underway. I will see you next week.